How's life for you this week? There's up weeks and there's down weeks, and learning to roll with that is super important. But sometimes we have to take the credit. I think it's, we think of that as pride, as I'm going to take credit for this and I want recognition. I'm not talking about trying to get recognition from other people. I'm talking about letting it be enough that you see, and you know that God sees, the difference that you've made in your life, in somebody else's life. Let's take your children, for example. I can use that because I wasn't there for my children for many years because I was on drugs and I just was not the mother that I should have been. And they missed out on a lot of stuff. And the guilt and shame of all that, kept driving me back to drug use, which is so dumb because it's like, oh, I'm not there for my kids. I feel like crap about it. I think I'll use more drugs and not be there for my kids. Stupid. But that's how the enemy is. He gets in and he twists things around. And then we continue to do these things that are not good for us, thinking it's going to make us feel better, or it's going to, I don't know what. Whatever lie he tells you that you hold on to becomes the truth in your mind, and then you live by that. So it's careful. You got to be careful what you believe and what you accept to be truth, because that is not the truth. Me using drugs was not going to make me feel better. It made me feel worse, which made me continue to use drugs. It's a trap. At any rate, it's Mother's Day coming up, and I just think, my kids many times, and I'm not saying this because, oh, poor me. I'm not. It doesn't really bother me. Believe me, my children have given me beautiful gifts, and they always call me, and it isn't like, oh, I'm underappreciated. It's not that. It's that there's times that Mother's Day's gone by and I haven't heard anything from my kids, and then instead of sitting around feeling like crap about myself and the kind of mother that I've been, I begin to watch and see and review for myself all the changes that have taken place in my life, in my children's life, since my life has become different. What happens is I don't have to go, Jordan, Aslan, Justice, you need to do this and stop doing that, and you need to change this about yourself, and God's not pleased. That doesn't work anyway. It doesn't work anyway. And I gave up my right to be the authoritative figure in their life years ago because I wasn't there and I wasn't consistent. And so what I have to say doesn't even matter to the same degree, which has actually become a positive thing because now I can just go, I don't know if that's a good idea, and they can just take my advice that way instead of some parent telling them what to do. But I've had to learn to say, wow, I see this change in Aslan, I see this change in, I see this and I see that, and wow, this is happening. And allow myself the credit for some of that. No, my children have done the work to become who they are. I do not deserve much credit at all. But the changes that I have made have filtered down to them. And I want me seeing that and God seeing that and being pleased with that, knowing that he said, do this and don't do that and stop saying this and da-da-da-da-da. And I obeyed it and it made a change in their lives. And so then I go, that's enough for me. That's enough for me. I don't need presents. I don't need you here every time it's a certain holiday. If you need that, then you're caught up in the world's standards way too much. I need my children who have said to me, my daughter said to me one time, Mom, no matter what you did in my past, you have more than made up for that, for the kind of grandmother you are to my children. That warmed my heart. My son wrote me, weeks ago and said, I kind of miss you. We only live 2 hours away. And he said, come down. So he wanted me to come down there because he missed me. And now when things are going on, he calls me. I see the change taking place, and I see them making healthy decisions. And that's not what this video is about, my children and the change that's taken place in them. It's that I am learning to go, wow, God, you told me to do this. I did it, and here are the results. Thank you. Instead of getting recognition or getting credit from other people, I'm taking the credit for myself and enjoying it with my Savior, who is my best friend, and that is enough for me. And I hope that you will try this and discipline yourself to do it more and allow it to become enough for you, because that's when you become the kind of person who gets credit from other people when you don't need it, when you're not striving for it. So take the credit for yourself and be proud of the changes you've made, and let God show you the results that's bringing, and that will be enough. It's really more than enough. Okay, love you guys. It's important that we have a reason to wake up every day. It's amazing. I've experienced it, and so can you. Take your feelings to Him. He's good. You can do it. It'll make a difference.